if the disk cleanup is nothing but if the memory is not there, so it will clean up some old files or else some images. So mnemonics is nothing but to represent any one operation. For example, I have to addition of two numbers. This will be stored in a mnemonics called add. So in the negative logic, 0 is the high possibility, 1 is the low possibility. So that's why absence of the voltage is 1. Hello students, this is Asha, Faculty of Computer Science at Vidhyaashram First Grade Degree College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. So let's discuss today's session. So in the previous session, you already get to know what are the fundamentals of computers, that is the definition of the computers and also evolution and history and also generations, input and output devices and also memory devices. So I thought you are already get to know about the previous session. So let's discuss today's session. So in today's session, we discuss about the again fundamentals of computers. So after the memory, we discuss about what do you mean by software and also types of the software, computer languages and also language translators. So let's discuss. So this is your topic, digital computer organization for the first sem BCA as per the university syllabus MYSURU. So let's discuss the today's session. Today's session the agenda is, so here you can see software definition and types of software and also computer languages and language translators. So these are all the contents in the today session. So let's discuss about the software. So especially what do you mean by software? Software is a set of programs to run any type of application. So you already get to know a computer software refers to collection of instructions or the commands that tell computer how to perform. If I want to perform any particular task, I have to give the instructions to the computer. So set of rules or collections of the instruction, that is called software. So let's look into the types of the software. So main types of the software is application software, system software and utility software and also programming software. So these are all the contents. So let's discuss the first type, that is software. So here you can see the visual representation of and what are all the contents or examples we can see under the system software and also application software. So let's discuss one by one what do you mean by system and also application software. So the first one is application software. So application software is nothing but a software is a basically program or set of the programs or set of instruction that perform a specific task. So you already know what do you mean by software. So in addition to this, there are multiple types of software. So end users use this software. Hence, the end user programs, we can also name this software as an app. So application software. So in the mobile application, you already see, for example, Facebook or Instagram. These are all some set of software, or WhatsApp. These are all the software, right? We are also called a software as a application. So they enable the computer to perform specific tasks like a processing words and handling calculation, accounting, result preparation. These are all some basic example for the application software. So here you can see one diagrammatical. So in the system we can install many software or as an application, that is called an application. So there are mainly some basic examples. You can give this example like processing words and also handling calculations and accounting, result preparation. These are all the basic examples for the application software. So here you can see some more example for the application software. Productivity software, media software and also game for web browsers. So these are all the again subtypes for the softwares. So here you can see for tasks like writing, calculating and organizing. So you already get to know Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. These are all comes under the productivity software. So and the next one is media software, mainly for used in the media purpose, that is playing music, VLC media and also Photoshop and VLC player. So these are all comes under the media software. And the next one is games. So mainly we use for the entertainment purpose, that is Minecraft and also Call of Duty. So you can give any software under the games for the example. So let's see the last one, web browsers. So we already know Chrome, Safari, Firefox and also Yahoo. These are some web browsers we use in a application software. And the next one is system software. So what do you mean by system software? You can get to know. A system software is a set of programs that handles the basic internal working of a computer. Moreover, it executes, controls all the working of different peripheral devices. So peripheral devices, in the previous session you already know what are peripheral devices. Peripheral devices are nothing but external devices like input devices and also output devices, network devices and also storage devices. These are all the peripheral devices. So let's see one by one examples. Here you can see main is the operating system or OS and device drivers, and the last one is utility software. So manages the computer's resources, Windows and also Mac OS, Linux, Unix, these are all comes under the operating system. So it will operate the system. So that's why it's an operating system. So device drivers help the operating system communicate with the hardware devices. Without the OS, without the operating system, we can't communicate with the device drivers. That is hardware devices, input devices, storage devices. We need a OS. So in every Windows system, there is a Windows software, right? In a mobile application, we all see Android is a software, that is operating system. And also keyboards. And the last one example or the type is utility software. So utility is nothing but perform a maintenance task. The task is for utility is maintain the system task. So here you can see what is maintaining, like antivirus software is updating or not, and also file management. So the file is deleted or accessing or transferring, these are all controlled by the utility software. This is all about the system software. So the next one is, here you can see the pictorial representation. For the visual representation, here you can see the Windows software and also Windows, and also this is also Windows 7, and also this is Android software, that is Android OS, and also this is Mac OS and Linux. These are all the some pictorial representation of your system software. So the next one is utility software. So utility is nothing but this is the subversion, means subtype of the system software. So as I already told, it's a maintenance task. It helps to maintain the system. So here you can see the definition. Utility software is a type of system software. This is what you have to concentrate. It is a subtype of the system software. So it is designed to maintain and manage and protect the computer system. So it will, the main task for the utility software is to maintain the system. That's it. So that's why it's a subtype of the system software, helping it to run very smoothly and fastly to run the PCs or the computer. So now, while system software includes broad components like a operating system, utility software focuses on specific tasks such as security of the system. It will build a much more security to our PC or the systems and perform optimizing and management. So these are all file management. So these are all the examples for the utility software. So next one, see the examples again. What are all the some more examples for the utility software? So here you can see protects the system from the viruses and also malware functionality. It will prevent the malware activities in the system. So that is what antivirus software. So next, disk cleanup. If the disk cleanup is nothing but if the memory is not there, so it will clean up some old files or else some images. So here you can see remove unnecessary files to free up a space. Why? Because in storage is not there, so it will be remove some unwanted or unnecessary files from the system. So it will run very smoothly and faster. So the next one is backup software. So backup software is nothing but creates a copy of data to prevent a loss. In the case of power loss or else the power shutdowns or else a system shutdown suddenly, in that case data will be temporarily stored. In that case it will be prevented by the backup software. So, and the last one is file management tools. Here help organizing and managing files and folders. So the files and also folder, it will be managed to create or to delete or to access that files. It will be managed by the what tool? file management tool. This is all about the utility software. The last one under the types of the software is programming software. So programming is nothing but it helps to create a coding. So in the coding purpose we use a programming software. So what are the programming software? So let's see the definition. Programming software helps to develop, write, test and maintain the code for creating the software. If you want to create one application or the software, we have to code. So then only the software looks like a application. So it provides a tool for writing programs and making sure that it works very properly. So let's see some more examples. What are the examples? Text editors. So in text editors, it will only do the editing of the text. So simple tool where developers can write and edit the code or also text. So for that, example software is Sublime Text and also Notepad++ and Notepad. These are all some texting editing tools. So the next is Integrated Development Environment, that is IDE. IDE is nothing but more advanced software that combines a text editor with the other tools like a compiler, debugger and more. For example, we can see Eclipse and also Visual Studio. These are all the most of all IDE and also Python and also RStudio. These are all some IDE. So compilers. So compilers is nothing but is a translator. Translators is nothing but convert the code written by the developers. If it is in high language, the system cannot understand. It will translate it into the machine level language that is understood by the machines only, not the humans. So humans can understand in a high level language, that is high level code. So that computer can understand, example GCC, Java compiler and also R compiler. These are some compilers. So next is interpreters, execute the code line by line without needing a compile it first. Example Python interpreter and also R interpreter. These are some examples under the interpreter. And the last one is debuggers. Debuggers is nothing but to free up a error. If my programs contains any error, we use a debug. So here you can see help find and fix errors or bugs. So bugs is nothing but errors. So in code, example GDB and also WinDBG. So these are all some examples for the debuggers. This is all about the programming software. So here you can see some more examples for the programming software. Notepad++, this is the icon for Notepad++, Visual Studio and also, so here I can see Bluefish and brackets and Sublime Text for the texting editing. So these are all some visual examples or visual representation of the programming software icon. So next we can see the computer languages. So before computer languages, we know what do you mean by computer language. A computer language is a way for humans to give the instructions to the computers or the machine. It is like a set of rules and symbols that tell the computer what to do a task or specific task. That is what a computer language is. So there are three main types of the computer languages. The first one is machine level language, assembly level language and high level language. So we can say low level language we can see machine level language and also assembly level language. High level language means we can see high level languages only. So let's discuss one by one. So let's see the first type, that is machine level language. So machine level language is nothing but a machine can understand a machine level language only by the zeros and ones. So let's see the definition. It is a type of low level language. It is also called as a low level language. This language is believed by the oldest computer language. It is also called as the oldest computer language is nothing but a machine level language. So it only understand only by the language digital electronics. So digital electronics, that is which deals with the presence and absence of the voltage. It only provides two voltage, that is 0 and also 1. 0 means low and 1 means high. This is what the low voltage and also high voltage. So here you can see positive logic and negative logic. So in the positive logic, the presence of the voltage is denoted by the 1. So and the absence of the voltage is denoted by what? 0. Understood? And also negative, the presence of the voltage is denoted by the 0. So in the negative logic, 0 is the high possibility, 1 is the low possibility. So that's why absence of the voltage is 1 in the negative logic. So this is high and this is the low. That is what machine can understand under the machine level language. If I write like a code hello in a high level language, the machine or the computer can understand only by the zeros and ones. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. This is what the hello converted into the machine level language, that is zeros and ones. This is what the machine level language we can say. So let's do the second type, that is the assembly level language. So assembly level language is nothing but that this is also called as a low level language. And also assembly level language was introduced within the advancement of the machine level language. If the machine can only understand by the only zeros and ones, this is not understood by the humans, right? So after that only the assembly language came exist. So this computer language uses symbols and popularly known as mnemonics. So mnemonics is nothing but to represent any one operation. For example, I have to addition of two numbers. This will be stored in a mnemonics called add. So here you can see load, move, add and also sub. These are all mnemonics called in the assembly level language. This is what mnemonics in the computer terminology, the time and instructions. Hence the writing a program in assembly level language is more understandable by human rather than the machine level language. In machine level language we only see 0, 1, 0, 1, right? So here in assembly level language it is like a readable human formats, right? So here you can see human can read a load and also move and also add. These are all some familiar to readable format for the humans than the machine level language. That is why assembly level language is quite familiar with the humans. So let's see the last type, that is what high level language. So high level language is completely understood by the humans. So we can write like a hello world. So this is completely human readable format. That's why high level language is considered as a human understandable language. So let's see the definition. High level languages are advanced and development language of evolution of computer languages. So here you can see the main goal of this language is to make a program easier and less error free. So to program easier to whom? To the users. So these high level language use words and also commands along with the symbols. So for example, I can use a symbol like hello world and also hello world with a question mark and also some special symbols, that is hash and also dollar. Here we can use along with the coding. So but in previous assembly and also machine level language we cannot use these special symbols because that language is not allowed to for the special characters. And also high level language programming are created be more user friendly. So user can understand, that is human being can understand. So that's why it's a user friendly language. And also easier for the humans understand than the low level language. So here you can see the word is than the low level language. So low level language is nothing but a not human understandable language. So high level language is a human understandable and human readable formats. So they use the keyword similar to the English word. So here you can see what is my example, hello world. As a human being we can read and also the system could understand the English, normal English words. So that's why high level languages are the more familiar than the low level languages. So and also here are some examples. So let's look into the examples what are. So you already get to know what is C software and also C++ language, Java, JavaScript, Python, C# and also R programming, PHP. These are all some more examples under the high level languages. So these are all the computer languages. So here you can see one quick chart for the high level language, low level language and also middle level language. So here you can see the first one is low level language. So low level language is nothing but is only uses zeros and ones, and 0 and 1 we can also say binary language. Bi means 2, right? It only uses the 0 and also 1. That's why it's a binary level language. So middle level language we also called as a assembly language. So here you can, it uses only mnemonics. Mnemonics is nothing but like a add. It uses some symbols add to represent any operations, add and also load and also move, So these are all the mnemonics under the assembly level language and also high level language. So it's quite familiar to the human readable format. So that's why it uses COBOL, Fortran and also C, C++, Java, R, Python. These are all comes under the computer languages. So this is the chart for the quick revision. So next we can see the language translator. So translate is nothing but it translates from the low level language into the high level language, that is machine can understand and also human can understand. So let's see the definition first. A code written in any high level language is called a source code. If I want to write any code, that is what the source code or the basic code. So when you change the source code into the machine code, why? Because we have to convert into machine code, because machine is understand what are all the source code written by the humans. So now a translator uses the code into the object which computer can understand and run. So then only the translator uses. So here you can see language translator are also called language processor. So language translator are called what? Language processor. So let's see what are all the language translator, the compilers, interpreters and assemblers. Don't confuse the computer languages and also language translator. So language translator we can only see the compilers, interpreters and also assemblers. But computer languages, low level language, high level language and also middle level language, that is machine level language, assembly level language and also what? High level language. So these are all the language translator. It translates the from the basic code into the higher code or machine level code. So here you can see the one pictorial representation, assembler, compiler and also interpreter. This is also good. So let's see what do you mean by a compiler. A compiler is nothing but it's a type of the computer translators, a language processor that reads the complete source program, or the source program we also called as a what? Source code, written in a high level language as a whole in one go and translate it to equivalent program in machine level language. If the code is written in a high level language, that code completely converts into what? Machine level language. So it is called what? Compiler. So for example, let's see the example C, C++, C sharp. C sharp or a C hash. C hash, we also call C sharp or a C hash. So here you can see one pictorial representation, source code which is in a high level language. Using the compiler, it will be converted into object code. Object code is nothing but a machine code, machine readable format. So source code is converted into the object code with the use of what? Compiler. So this is what the compiler do. So let's see the assembler. So assembler is nothing but assembler is used to translate the program written in assembly level language into the machine code. So the source program is in output of an assembler that contains the assembly level language. If the source code is contain only assembly level language instructions, the output is generated by the assembler is the object code or machine code. So if the source code is only in a assembly level language, it will be converted into what? Machine level language or object code, and also understand by the computer, that is what? Object code or machine code. Assembler is basically the first interface that is able to communicate with the humans. So in the previous slide we already get to know what are all the computer languages. Assembly level language is quite human friendly. Why? Because it only uses a mnemonics. So mnemonics is nothing but, as I already told, add, sub and also move. These are all used by the what? Assembly level language, right? That's why it's a quite human readable formats. So now written with the machine code written in assembly level language is some sort of mnemonics. So our mnemonics is nothing but the instructions or the commands. So here you can see like a add, mux and also subtraction, division, move and also load. So example we can see architecture of 8085. 8085 is nothing but a IC code. So IC is nothing but a integrated circuit. So and also Intel 8086, 8085 are the best example for what? Assembly level translator, assembly translator. So here you can see one pictorial representation. Source code which is in a assembly level language, that is the main code. So it will convert it into what? Object code, that is what? Machine level language. So through the what? Assembler with the help of assembler translator. So the source code is in assembly level language. It will be converted into machine level language with the help of what? Assembler. Got it? So this is what the assembler. So let's see the last one, that is interpreter. So interpreter is nothing but the translation of a single statement of the source program into the machine code is done by a language processor and execute immediate before moving to the next line. So interpreter is nothing but, if I write like a code, A is equal to 10 or B is equal to 12, and I'll do A plus B operation. The first line A is equal to 10 is executed, and the next line B is equal to 12 is executed, and A plus B last it will be executed. Likewise, the line code is executed with the help of interpreter translator. So that is what called interpreter. So there is an error in the statement. The interpreter terminates its translating process at the statement and display an error message. Any line contains error, it will immediately show up to the user to error free. So an interpreter translates one line at a line and then execute. So each line will be executed at once. So that's why interpreter is a line by line execution. So let's see some example. Perl, Python, and also MATLAB, and also R programming, or also in R programming we use the R Studio software. So that is all execute about the interpreter translator. So let's see the one pictorial representation. Here you can see source code which is in a high level language. So high level languages, it will be converted into executable code, that is machine code. So with the help of interpreter. If it get any errors, get to the next instruction. This is what your interpreter works with the visual representation. Thank you.